Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for a Friday evening video. Right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there. It's inside of my goddamn tight as fuck pants. It's tight. It's tight like, you know who's. But that's another story for another time. But make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in the description box below on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to, but if you want to, please be respectful of the channel. And don't leave stupid comments because you're going to get blocked, sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan will bite yours. Well, we won't bite it. He'll eat your soul. You'll do it. Trust me, he will. He told me himself, right, Satan? That's right. Okay. So, be respectful of the channel. Don't leave stupid comments because you're going to get blocked and you're going to get sent to the Shadow Realm. You'll never be heard from again. And that's pretty much it for that. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. Because if you miss anything, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. Ha ha! And, that's that. If you don't know what SOL means, please look it up. Or get slapped violently in the face until you figure it out. But we'll see what happens with that. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab yourself a cold one. I should be sponsored by Pepsi, Jesus Christ. But I should. But I digress. But anyway, sit back, relax, you grab your favorite cold one. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, get out of here. Go to your dead channel where nobody gives two fucks about you and do your own video. Then nobody will watch anyway. But people watch my shit. They love it. They want more of it. Hoorah. And that's all I gotta say about that. If you like it, great. You know, get out. Simple as that. And for everybody new, welcome to the party. That's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Something for the weekend. Yeah. Alright, so it's Friday evening here in the Northeast, January the 24th, 2025. Next week will be the end of January already. I told you time moves pretty damn fast. You don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it, you know? Like, I don't say it, but I mean, Ferris Bueller used to say it, but... So, hey, before you blink, it'll be Valentine's Day. Before you even blink again, it'll be Easter. And if you blink 3 times, it'll be the end of the year. So, we're moving fast and furious through the first month of the year. We got about 1 more week to go, and then we'll start that very short month of February. Remember, we only got 28 days, not 31. I wish we had longer days in February, but that's how the world was made. I don't know why February is such a short month, but go figure that one out. But we'll be in and out of February like my dick in your mom's pussy. And, and then we'll begin the great month of March. We got lots of stuff to talk about there. Baseball will be beginning at the end of March, going into April. We got the Elimination Chamber, we got Revolution, we got so much stuff, it's crazy! So, please, hit that bell for all the good stuff coming your way. All February, all of March, and we'll see about April. Hopefully a little bit of April, but we'll see what happens with that. But, it's January 24th, we got 3 months to go, okay? So, let's hold, really 2 months and change to go before we even hit April. So, sit back, relax, calm down, belch, and then, we'll worry about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got SmackDown live tonight from, Dallas, Texas, I believe. And then tomorrow night, we got Saturday night's main event. From San Antonio, Texas, we got the hometown boy, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels on the show. He's gonna be emceeing the contract signing between Cody, Cody, you bitch, that fake champion, and our real undisputed WWE champion, the man himself, Kevin Owens. We're gonna see that tomorrow night. Maybe something tonight. I don't know about tonight, but tomorrow night we'll definitely get that. And we got Liv Morgan is making an appearance on the show. It was announced a little bit earlier on the Dirt Sheets. We got that. We got Eli Drake. That's an insult. That's a fact of life. He's taking on the resident gremlin himself from the Bloodline. That's Tama Tonga. So see what happens with that. We might see our good buddy Jacob Fatu. Might see him. I don't know about Solo, but who knows where Solo is? Solo's in his dungeon, pretty much. Thinking about what's next. We got that. We won't see Roman until Monday. So we have to wait a couple days for our Tribal Chief. Put your ones up in the comments. Put your ones up for the Tribal Chief, the only one. There is nobody else but him, and that's Roman Reigns. We'll see him on Monday night on Raw as we lead up until the Royal Rumble next Saturday night from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. This will be some good shit. But got a couple pit stops to make. And we got one tonight in Dallas, tomorrow night in San Antonio, Raw, I don't know where on Monday. And then we'll worry about next Friday night on SmackDown. So we got pretty much 2 SmackDowns on the road to go before we hit the Royal Rumble. And we're going to be on the road to WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. And 42, technically, it's been announced that it might be in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Superdome, where we had 30 and 34, I believe. So, New Orleans, you're getting another one. That should be fun. It's indoors, it's in April, which shouldn't be that cold, like the Royal Rumble. But it's indoors too, so, but you go outside, it's gonna be freezing! Well, hopefully not next weekend, it won't be freezing like crazy. Especially around my neck of the woods, it's not gonna be that cold, but still, you know, you might need your light parka, you know, for all you ladies out there, you know, your fur coats and all your, you know, nice warm jackets, so, you know, you gotta keep the, keep the goodies warm, or, you know, I'll volunteer to keep them warm. Haha. But, you know, give me a plane ticket, I'll be at the hotel. But, you know, just let me know what room you're in, I'll warm up those titties, and then put it here. But I digress. I'm kidding. But I digress. But should be pretty warm inside Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana, next Saturday night. And then we'll be on the road to the Royal Rumble, even though we have a pit stop in between with the Elimination Chamber on March the 1st. So, we'll see what happens with that. And then, hopefully, as of this Monday, not this Monday, next Monday, the February 3rd show, hopefully we'll start getting the announcements of the 2025 Hall of Fame. And hopefully it's a good class. If not, we're gonna riot. But we'll see what happens with that. Cena, possibly Batista, possibly Victoria, well, Gail Kim, who knows? I think we're gonna get at least a good women's participant this year, and I'm thinking I'm gonna like it. Hopefully, but you know. But I assume Cena will be. If Cena does go in this year, he'd be the headliner. Who inducts him? Probably be Orton or Stephanie McMahon or Triple H. Who knows? But and you know Cena's gonna talk forever. I love you kids. I'm gonna talk for 50 minutes, kids, because I know you guys gotta go to school, you know. Stay in school, kids. Don't do them drugs, kids, like I did. Those steroids, kids. Okay. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that when we get our first official inductee into the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame, which will be seen the Friday before WrestleMania, which I believe is the 18th of April. Live on Netflix and Peacock. Well, I don't know about Peacock, but fuck Peacock. Peacock! Yeah, get that. Alright. But we got, that's a few months away. Let's get to some more important things, and that's Monday Night Raw. And this is your late, and out-of-date Monday Night Raw review for Martin Luther King Day, January the 20th, 2025, emanating from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, a great city that it is. That's where the TV show was, actually. Did you know that? Why do you think they made the show called Dallas? It's not actually from Dallas. Yeah, it was set in San Antonio, right? Anyway, but yeah. So we got that. I don't know officially Raw's rating, but it'd probably be between 4 and 6 million. NXT was about a little over 700,000 views. Dynamite actually went up a little bit, not too much. Still around 650,000 views. But I mean, for a show, 650,000. But, you know, and there's rumblings that, you know, WWE and TNA want to put AEW out of business. That's a laugh. That is a laugh. I mean, you know, Otaku, you know, being the AEW mark that he is, had to put up a video, then he put up something different. Then he put up a post today about, AEW's not competition, and that's why WWE and TNA want to put it out of business. It is competition, and if you're saying you want to put something out of business, I mean, it's competition. So somebody be lying. But we'll see. I don't think AEW's going out of business anytime soon. But, you know, they're going to clean up its act right now. Tony Khan needs to stop smoking that, not even smoking, snorting that cocaine. Because, his promotion, pretty much for the last year and a half, has been shit. You know, little spurts here and there, not big spurts, but, you know, not big ejaculation or whatever. But, we'll see what happens with that. We got Collision this weekend, and nobody's going to watch it, because Saturday Night's Main Event on at the same time. So, nobody's going to watch Collision this Saturday night, and it's their homecoming edition. So, Hunter is always one up on Tony Khan. And even though Tony Khan might one up Hunter on July the 11th or July the 12th for when All In goes head to head with Saturday Night's Main Event. So we'll see what happens with that and a whole lot more. Some weirdness outside my neighbor's house. Not that kind of weirdness, but, you know. Just, like, random, like, maybe they lost power. Or they lost something. I don't know. I don't care. Not my business. It's not really none of my business. But, you know. But sometimes I worry about the neighbor. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But alright, moving on. Alright, so let's get to Monday Night Raw. Let's not waste any more time, because I wasted enough time as it is. Alright, so our commentary team on Monday nights, well, Pat McAfee wasn't on the show for some odd reason. I think, wasn't it the Ohio State Notre Dame championship game? And, you know, congrats to Ohio State for destroying Notre Dame. Ugh. So, they win another college football title. Like, how many titles they won? It's like every year it's almost Ohio State winning the college football title. You know, sometimes you get Georgia, sometimes you get Alabama. Bama! But you know, congrats to the Ohio State University. So, for another college football title that nobody gives two fucks about. But we had Mitchell Cole and bad news, Wade Barrett. And I'm afraid I got some bad news, Michael Cole. So we got that. So Wade Barrett filling in for Pat McAfee this week. Everybody thought it was going to be Corey Slade, but as we saw this past Tuesday, he returned to his duties on NXT. Let's light the fuse! That's a Dynamite reference. But anyway, we move on. He also was on Speed, and nobody cares. Nobody watches that. So we expect Wade Barrett back tonight next to Joe Tessitore, the great man that he is, and on SmackDown. But he was on Raw to fill in for the great Pat McAfee. And that's it. Alright, so this is Raw's Go Home show before tomorrow night's Saturday Night's Main Event. Got a couple of matches added, and the card is pretty much finalized. But we'll do the predictions tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. And we'll talk about TNA, live edition of TNA, which is pretty damn good, actually. We're going to do it more often there, TNA. So I thought it was a pretty good show. The stage was pretty damn good. Some of the matches were pretty good. So, TNA, we all thought it was dead many moons ago. Now it's pretty much a part of WWE now. And soon might be bought by WWE. So that roster is going to be huge. I mean, Joe Hendry on the same roster with freaking, with Walter. Massive. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright. Speaking of Walter, our Raw World Champion, we'll talk to him in just a second. So we open up the show with Mommy Rhea Ripley, my brutality. So she comes into the building, but she gets attacked by Nia Jax. And we're getting another Nia Jax Rhea Ripley match for the belt at Saturday Night's Main Event, and we all know Nia Jax is not going to win. Which we don't want her to win. Do we? No. But what we do want to win is the Yeet Man, Jey Uso. He comes down through the crowd and freaking Michael Cole gets off commentary. He's yeeting all over the place. Fucking Mark. And then Bray Barrett's like, damn it, Michael! Michael Cole, get out of here! This is bad news! I'm like, god damn it, Michael Cole, you are the biggest fucking mark ever. For a guy that did not like the Usos or Roman for the last couple years, now he's like, Jey Uso, kissing his ass. And kissing Roman's ass, too. You think Roman gives two fucks? No. If Roman was smart, he'd super punch Michael Cole the next Tuesday. Give me his job. Come on, Roman, you want to. Do it for your boy. Come on. Whatever. Or just give Issa the job. But I digress. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so after a long intro, Jay declares that he is now in your city. And then Walter, the champ, comes out, and he's not impressed. No, not impressive. Skywalker, not impressed. So, anyway. And then Jey Uso says that, I'm going to beat you at Saturday Night's Main Event and hang the World Heavyweight title in my room. And then Walter's like, you're funny. You're funny. And then Jay talked about how he bets on himself every day, and and Gunther's like, I'm interested. And then he saw Jay coming out here acting like a complete dork. I'd like to see, I really want to see Walter curse. In German or Austrian. That'll be fun. Dick. Something like that. He says, Jay, you're a complete dork, and you're the company mascot. And right now, I might as well be fighting Jimmy Uso. And then Jay's not too happy about that. And then I think, Walter's like, hey, Jay, how long are you gonna bet on yourself until Cody or Roman actually needs you again? And then Walter's like, you're nothing more than a useful idiot, and you don't even realize it. And I promise to expose you even more this Saturday night. So Jay agrees that he is the company mascot, and the people here are his team, I mean the fans, and they ride or die with him, and they'll be there Saturday when he wins the belt. And Walter's going to respect him because Jay is the one who main evented WrestleMania. Well, that's true. And then they get into a big old fight, and Jay, with a super kick on the champ, knocks him to the floor. That's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens this Saturday night on the program with Walter defending his belt against Jay Uso. And see if Jay can win the big one, not the Intercontinental title, which was his first title, but he can win the big, huge one. But I don't think he will, but we'll see. We move on. Alright, so I gave that first segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the back with the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston! They're in the back, they run into the Wrestling God! Michael Cole! So they run into JBL, who's, it's like, oh, it's JBL, a former champion, he'll understand what we're going through, right? No. So JBL is the guest commentator for their match Kofi's match against Rey Mysterio, Booyaka. And then they basically try to pay him off. Well, that's gonna work. Kofi brings up JBL cutting the dead weight of Ron Simmons from the APA. I don't know about that. And Jay was like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, Big E with all that muscle and charisma, and everyone loves him, and that leads people to cheer for Kofi. I guess Kofi. It's for fucking Xavier then. And so he goes to leave, and the New Day are not impressed. Not impressive. So we'll see what happens with that, because JBL's been everywhere. He was on Raw, he was at Genesis to kinda help Joe Hendry win the belt. Then he helped him last night retain the belt over a guy named Cardona. Woo, you blew it again. Ha! So, Joe Hendry still our TNA World Heavyweight Champ. You gotta love it. Oh, by the way, we said his name and he appears, Joe Hendry. Moving on. Alright. There we go. In the back, we see Bayley. Give me a hug. Who was also on NXT. To have a little epic segment with Julia. Then her and Julia beat the fuck out of Corey Jade and Roxy. And we got that match coming up this Tuesday night on the program from Atlanta, GA. Dun, dun, dun. You know, we got that. So she's officially back on Raw thanks to the transfer portal, or window, whatever it is. She's ready to take on Nia Jax later on. And she also finally declares herself for the Women's Royal Rumble. About fucking time we got women actually declaring themselves for the fucking Rumble. And then Nia Jax comes in, and we really couldn't hear her on the mic because it wasn't on. What? I couldn't hear you, huh? Next time, put the mic on, asshole. There's a button that says on. So anyway, Nia puts the mic on finally and says that she's going to win the Rumble. Possibly, she has a good chance. Like every year she's in the Rumble. So they tease a little bit of violence, but nothing comes out of that. So we move on with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and I gave the New Day segment with JBL 2.5. And we move on. Speaking of JBL, he sits down next to his good buddy Wade Barrett and Michael Cole. As we get our we get our, I believe our first, is this the first match of the night? Yep, pretty much is. Alright, so we got our first match of the night. Hey, Mysterio, Booyaka Booyaka! Taking on Kofi Kingston! And, we have Xavier Woods at ringside. And it was a pretty good match for what it was worth. It was like 10.5 minutes exactly of good stuff. Lots of flippy dippity doos. We got a running shoulder block, drops Ray. JBL says he had a 98.7 degree fever when he lost his retirement match to Ray. Hey, you had a normal fucking, you felt normal, you didn't have no fever. And you still lost the match to Ray. And the belt. I think he lost the belt to him. But in any case, blah, 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 blah. And then Ray gets sent face first into the ring apron. Ow. And then they go back and forth. Nothing of significance. And then later on in the match, we got a basement dropkick gives Ray a near fall. Kofi goes up top, hits a top rope splash to the back. Ow. For another near fall. Ray fights back, gets tripped up by Xavier Woods, who gets knocked off the apron. I think he got, you're out! Gets sent to the back for his troubles. And then Ray hits the 619, tries to drop the dime, but Kofi got his knees up. Then Kofi tries what looked like the SOS, but Ray somehow reversed that into a pin. 1, 2, 3, Rey Mysterio, Booyaka Booyaka gets the win. Match was alright. 3 out of 5 stars, and then afterwards, 2-on-1 beatdown until Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza come out. And then I think it was Joaquin Wilde gets sent into the ring post for his trouble. Then you really show how Joaquin Wilde got thrown into the ring post. We just see like Kofi and Xavier leave, and then Joaquin Wilde is like dead on the floor. Great camera work. So we'll see what happens for that. So it looks like the New Day are going to be taking on Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza probably next show, but nobody cares. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, then we're going to look back at Pentagon Zero Miedo. His debut against Chad Gable, I think it was about a week ago. And an impressive debut as he pretty much broke Gable's arm and pretty much pinned him with the Penta-Driver. We get that. So then we go to the back where we have American Made of Chad Gable, the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, and the lovely Ivy Nile. They're in the back and pretty much not happy with what happened last week. Promised to win a bunch of titles. Like the Creed's like, oh, we're gonna win the Raw Tag Team belts from War Machine. No. Ivy's gonna win some type of belt. Probably not. And then Gable's, who knows what Gable. And then Gable has someone to help him master Lucha Libre. And that's Dominic Guerrero, they say, the king of Lucha Libre. And then I think Dom gives him like some piece of paper or something like that. He was like, oh, you're gonna... Here's your piece of paper. I'm like, what? What do you give him? His laundry list or something? I don't know. So, yeah, Gable talking to the king of the master, not the king, the master of Lucha Libre. That's Dominic Guerrero, I say. That's Eddie's son. Right, Eddie? That's my son. He's the master of Lucha Libre. I taught him very well. I know. That's my son. I know. Okay, moving on. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we're going to look at God knows Wade Barrett. Winning the first season of NXT. Damn, I remember that. 15 years ago. In the same arena. So, 2010 was when he won the first season of NXT, and then we had the Nexus came out of that. Which he was the leader of, pretty much. And remember who was in the most of who was in the Nexus, right? Darren Young. At one point, Bryan Danielson. Skip. Ryan Reeves, who was, we all know who he was. Bray Wyatt, the late great Bray Wyatt. Heath Slater, and so many more people in that group. But you're either Nexus or you're against us. 2 good seasons of NXT with the Nexus, so good stuff. And now we look where NXT is now. An amazing show. Back then it wasn't that great, but then it started picking up when like guys like Shinsuke came in and Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. All the indie greats came to NXT. Asuka, Bayley. Well, Bayley didn't come over. She was a homegrown talent, basically. Bayley, Mercedes Moné, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky. People like that. We move on. Speaking of Sami Zayn, we go to Sami Lame. He's out for a chat. He says, I'm in the Royal Rumble. Well, we already knew that. And that's because it's time for him to move into the top tier, the top level of WWE. I've done a lot of great things, and I've had a great career and a great life. Well, pretty much. And the difference between me and the top stars is a world heavyweight title, which he hasn't won ever. And that does not include the PWG title, because that's not even a major title. Blah, 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 blah. So Sami says, I don't need one to validate my career, but 14-year-old me wants a world title, and he is going to take it by any means necessary. That's when you have to win the Royal Rumble and have to beat the champ at Mania. Speaking of the champ, this guy comes out. My boy Kevin Owens, he comes out, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Generico Steen once again in that ring. You gotta love it. Oh, if you're a Ring of Honor, an old school Ring of Honor guy that lived through the Generico Steen feuds. Woo! And I was there for Final Battle 2012. Front row, mind you. And the missus was there, she'll tell you herself how great it was. She still has nightmares of, when Generico got package pile driven basically to hell. That match is probably 2012's match of the year. The whole feud was feud of the year in 2010, 2011, and part of mostly 2012. And then when they went to NXT, it was just amazing too. So we have all that. And a bag of chips. Alright, so Kevin comes out. Sami's like, oh my god, it's Kevin Owens! Like he's seen a ghost. The ghost of, the bad ghost of your past, basically. So Sami says, I knew it was only a matter of time before you showed up, Kev. So how do you want to do this? Don't answer that. Anyway, Kevin's like, I'm not sure what you mean by that. And talks about Sami teaming with Roman a few months ago at War Games. And Kev's like, I didn't get it at first, but now it makes a lot of sense because you're a good guy, Sami. You're such a great guy. And he says, me and you are closer than brothers, and the one thing we haven't done is main event WrestleMania against each other. Why? Why there, Hunter? Anyway, but that can happen if Sami wins the Royal Rumble and I, unify that world title in that ladder match against Cody. And, so Kev's like, Sami, I got your back and I know you got mine. He's like, I have your back, and I know you will have my back if I ever need it. So Kev goes to leave. Sami looks a little bit confused. Does Sami turn to the dark side? I think it'll be an improvement for him, because, it's kind of boring right now. Still great Sami Uso, but, do you want evil Sami Uso? I try to make peace! The tribal chief said he wants peace! I don't give a damn what the tribal chief say! really, Jay? Oh, really, Jay? No, that's not what he meant, my tribal chief. That's not what he meant. It's just that, Jay, he's not feeling very oozy. This is what it's all about? Jay, you're not feeling very oozy? Well, you need to find your inner oozy. That segment was freaking amazing. That's, pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, so, Sammy's not feeling very oozy lately. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him later. Alright, so I gave all that 3.25 out of 5 stars. Moving on. Alright, then we go in the back. We see Sheamus Fella! Like he coming out of the 1940s. He's all ready to win the Intercontinental belt because it's the one title he has never won in his illustrious career. Which, pretty much the IC belt is what drew him to the WWE in the first place. But in order to win that, he has to beat this guy, Braun Breaker, who comes in, holds up the belt, and says this is as close as you're gonna get to this belt. And on Saturday, I'm gonna beat you like an old man. And then Sheamus just, get out of here. Like, shoves him away, and Braun just laughs at him. I hope and pray Sheamus wins that belt. And he has a long reign with it. He needs that belt to become the Grand Slam champ. I hope he does it. It's been too long for him. Too long. United States champion, multiple tag team champion, we all know with Claudio, the Bar. We are the Bar! Multiple time world champion, now he has to win the big one, and that's the IC belt. Which I'm surprised he's never won that in his illustrious career. But go figure that one out. Go figure out why Sheamus has been in WWE for like over 10 years. He's never won the Intercontinental belt. He's come close, but never won it. Which sucks. But hopefully he wins it tomorrow night. And we get that. Alright, then we get another in memory of the Uke, Bob Uecker, just to be outside. So we got that. That was very nice on the Raw side. Because we did see it on SmackDown, so Raw had to get their stuff in. We move on. Alright, after that we go to the ladies. And by the way, this show lasted 2 hours and 35 minutes. So, nice little pace for Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So, about 2.5 hours is pretty much the norm, which is, I think, is good instead of going full 3.5 hours. It's too much. Like SmackDown does. It's too much. You know, it's a lot. You get all the people who basically do nothing on the show. They get their little 5 minutes of fame on a 3-hour show. Because you gotta somehow pace the show somehow. Hey, Jimmy, get out of the catering. You got a segment. Get in here. What do I gotta do? Just stay there. They'll show you for 5 seconds and you go back to catering. Oh, great. They get paid? Yeah, sure. Double paid? No. Now, I'm not giving you 2. That's a little bit too much, dude. Just sit there, look pretty, for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're out of here. Go back to catering, go help Titus make those great steaks. Well, not Titus so much, Apollo. Or you can help, whoever, whoever's in the back making cookies these days. I don't know who it is. Probably Natalia. But anyway, moving on. Alright, so we get Bayley, give me a hug, and Nia, woo, Jax, doing battle, once again. Roxy in the crowd, and she gets involved, tries to hit, she tries to get involved, tries to smack the ever-living taste out of Bayley's mouth. Well, Bayley's like, nope, grabs her hand, and then a security guard grabs Roxy in a not-so-good place, and then she's like, ah! I'm gonna get you, Bayley! And then she just super kicked some fan, some big fat fuck fan in the crowd. Well, she got her 5 seconds of fame. Holy shit. Hey, I wish it should have been me. Hey, you have Roxy sitting next to you, next thing you know, she's in your lap. Well, oh, we got good seats there, Jim. Bailey was in my lap. Well, that's best. How much you pay for that? $300. But you got Bailey in your lap for free. Well, you had Roxy in your lap for free, and she's, you know. Hey, Roxy's 23, so if it was me, I wouldn't get 2 fucks. I have to be respectful, but, you know. Then again, she can punch you in the nuts right next thing. Hey, what's worse? You want to have somebody like Roxy in your lap, or you want to have somebody like Michael Elgin in your lap? I almost had Michael Elgin in my lap, and in Rose's lap at Final Battle 2012, and I have the tape to prove it. Made me waste a fucking Coke. Michael. The first match of the fucking night, I dropped my Coke. Because of Michael Elgin. Come on now. And then, pretty much for the next couple matches, we had to wait for the freaking janitor to come and clean up the mess. I'm like, now I gotta wait to intermission for this shit? Come on now. Now I know when, you know, get your drink early, drink the shit, or at least try to drink half of it, so if you drop it, you don't have a big mess on the floor. Now I know when I sit ringside. I know. Get it before the show starts, or get it at intermission when nobody's there. Because everybody's going to the bathroom. Like, let me go to get a drink. Let me go get a drink. Drink it in about 10 minutes, and then, you know, after the show, you'll piss it right out. If there's any time to go, but most times people don't go to the bathroom after the show. They just leave. Or they just stay there and try to get random superstars to come, around the ring and then say hi, take pictures. Back in the Ring of Honor days, they used to do that. But now, people used to go to the Ring of Honor shows at the Hammerstein. Some of the wrestlers will stay and then take down the ring and hang out, but then the Hammerstein security says, "Get the fuck out!" And boy, are they assholes for the GCW thing. Because they kicked a lot of fans out for I don't know what reason. I think because they started a fight or they moved up I don't know if they moved up the railing. I mean, I went to a show and like the ring is like here. I'm sorry to do that, but I was like right here. And I mean the ring is like right here. I'm like right here, so I moved like a whole row. Me and a couple people moved up the seating, and then we moved the guardrail back. Nothing was done then. I guess it's because it's just me. So everybody who pretty much either got kicked out of the Hammerstein for something, well, too bad for you. But the Hammerstein security, you need to, like, chill a little bit. It wasn't Atlas security. If it was Atlas, forget it. You're done. You're not getting back in. I don't care what anybody says. You're out. Don't fuck with Atlas security. And I know some of them personally. So I remember I went to an ECW show. I know that I hate saying this. I went to one with my dad, and freaking, who was I standing next to? A guy from Atlas Security. Great. And the guy wanted me to sit down. I'm like, where am I going to sit? I got standing room only, dude. Shit. Well, at least it was nice to me, and everything, It was a good show back in the day, ECW 2000, at the Elks Lodge, the mighty Elks Lodge. That's where I met Tommy Dreamer and Francine, and I got the shirt to prove it, so. Hi, Francine, how you doing? Ugh, she is a doll. Scrumptious. But I digress. I mean, I wish it was freaking Beulah, but it's not Beulah. Damn. It was Francine and Tommy at the time, but, you know. Yeah, but Tommy gave me one of his shirts, even though it was the wrong size. That's all he had. He's like, I got extra large. I'm like, alright. It's like, alright, $20. Here you go, Tommy, get out of here, bye. Took a picture with Francine and then, left. And then I get in the car and my dad's like, hey, did you see that chick? She had very nice big bajubas. Wouldn't you like to be with her? My dad goes, yeah. I'm like, you dumbass! That's mine. That's for me only. Shit. Like, you're a married man. I'm whatever age I was at that time. I get with Francine. Not now, because she's, she's around my age anyway, but she's married now, I believe. Lucky guy. I always thought that her and Shane Douglas were going out. Legit going out. Actually, they were never going out. They never did. So they were just playing boyfriend, girlfriend on TV. And even when she was with Justin Credible, it was just, they weren't going out. But I can imagine she probably has stories galore about all the sex, drugs, rock and roll in the back. All the, because there wasn't that many female valets in the back besides her, Beulah, Kimono Wanalea. Probably everybody fucked her. Jesus Christ. Wouldn't you want to fuck Kimono Wanalea? Ha! She was one hot Asian. And I remember when she did that little striptease at the ECW arena, because I was there. Oh, I was like, where's my money? Give me a lap dance, let's go. But man, she probably will go to town on your dick and you'll forget it. You're done. You wouldn't be able to walk out of the ECW arena after that. Who knows? Alright, so I went on too many tangents there. But anyway. But yeah, Roxy was in the front row. She gets involved, tries to smack Bayley in the mouth. Bayley grabbed her hand, and then security grabbed Roxy. Roxy's, trying to, yelling, like, ah, Bayley, yeah. And then she sadly, kicked a defenseless woman down. But I bet she got a shirt out of it, I bet, or something. You're like, I'm gonna sue! Well, that's the price you pay for sitting ringside, dumbass. Anyway, so while in the ring, Nia hits a pop-up Samoan drop and a backsplash, crushes Bayley. Then Nia goes up top, squashes her even more like a bug, hits the Annihilator, 1, 2, 3, Nia, woo! Jax gets the win in a little over 15 minutes. And that's that. Then, after the match, Mommy comes out, still a little bit banged up from the beatdown she got earlier in the night. She comes out, they have a big, humongous brawl. Nia gets in a little bit of a little splash, I think around the barricade area. And then, security, lame as fuck security, can't even break that up. And then, they go to the outside. Rhea jumps off the announce table with a senton splash through the barricade onto everybody. And then Rhea gets on the mic and says, Nia, me, you, it's Saturday's main event. So we get that. So that's how that match was made. So I think Mommy's gonna easily beat Nia. I think she's gonna retain on tomorrow night. We get that. Alright, then we're gonna look back at Poppy Priest beating Fiend Balor last week in that San Jose street fight, which both of them didn't come out of that pretty damn good. So that's why we haven't seen Poppy in a little while, or Fiend Balor. So we'll get that. Speaking of Fiend Balor with the Judgment Day. Chad Gable's in the back with the Judgment Day. All of them. I mean, Liv Morgan's there. Raquel Rodriguez, Golito, and JD McDumbfuck. They're all there. And they talk about learning the secret arts of Gable talks about learning the secret arts of Lucha Libre from Dominic Guerrero. And he gets the members' names wrong. Then he leaves with the rest of the team, minus Finn. Minus Finn's like, oh, well, Finn's gonna like that. And then Liv comes in, and Dom's like, you know, I'm sorry what happened, you know, with Mommy, and, you know, I'll make it up to you with the guys losing the belts and everything. I'll make it up to you somehow. It says, I know you're not mad and everything. And then Liv's like, I'm not mad. And then Dom's like, I'll make it up to you somehow. And then Liv gets those flirty eyes. And she is, I was like, oh, you better. So they look like they're okay. They probably go into another room and fuck. Who knows? But damn. I'll make it up to you, Mommy. You better. You fuck this pussy right now. I'm like, damn. Calm down. Alright, so Liv has some type of idea. I'll make it up to you. And I was like, I'm not mad, Dom, but I got an idea. I wonder what that could be. But we'll see what happens with that. And everybody, like, you know, we see, like, Raquel, like looking like this. And then Codito's, like, trying to put his head on Raquel's boob. And Raquel's like, yeah! Bad man, Codito. Bad man. But that's cool. That's cool. Alright, then we're going to look at the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, the lassie bitch from Ireland. So we saw how she won the belt last week from Dakota Kai. She was supposed to have a match this week. I guess that got cut. Oh well. Alright, then we get the annual Martin Luther King Jr. video, which is always nice. Then we're going to look at the Notre Dame football coach, I don't even know his name, talking about being a big-time wrestling fan. Now, you might have needed Roman, you know, to beat Ohio State. Shit. Oh, well, sucks to be you. Alright, then we go to back. Sami Zayn comes up to Seth freaking Rollins and says, I appreciate our talk last week. And Seth says, I'm glad to hear that, but, you know, I'm going to throw you out the Royal Rumble. I'm going to throw you out the Royal Rumble. Then, all the way in the back, which you almost barely can see him, Killer Kross is in the back. He's like, my plan is coming to fruition. So, the little things that you have to pay attention to during Raw, NXT, pretty much every time you watch a backstage segment, you gotta get those little things, because you never know, they could be useful. And we move on. Alright, then we go back to the ring. We got Pentagon Zero Miedo. He takes on Butch. This is a little Red Pro history for you guys. So they used to fight in Red Pro when Pete Dunne was basically in the United Kingdom, and Pentagon would go over there, beat the fuck out of each other. Whew. And they did the same here. They beat the crap out of each other. Joint manipulation shit. But decent match. Got a Death Valley driver plants Butch for a near fall. Then a Mexican destroyer sends him crashing out to the floor. And then Penta hits one big time flippy dibbity-doo on the floor. But Pete Dunne comes back. Works on those fingers, you know, that joint manipulation shit, which scares the crap out of me. And then Pentagon comes back with a backbreaker, get out of trouble. Then he breaks Butch. He breaks his arm with the sacrifice, and then picks up Butch and hits the Penta driver, finishes him off in pretty much 10 minutes. So Pentagon is undefeated at 2-0. And a pretty decent match, not great, but still. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. And we'll see what happens with Pentagon in the weeks to come. That's it. Alright, there we see a video for Logan Paul. He thinks it must suck to hate him. No, it sucks to be you. Because he's just so good at everything. No, you're not. Nah, you're not good at everything. Shut up. And he's like, why should WWE be any different? And then he says he's going to make his Raw debut next week. Weren't you already on Raw a couple of times? I don't give a fuck. Because you know Logan Paul is going to be in the Royal Rumble. God forbid he wins that shit. At least if he does win, he faces Walter and loses gracefully. So, let's go Logan Paul for the Royal Rumble win. No. I'm kidding, of course. Or am I? I don't know. We'll get that. Alright, then we go to the lovely Jackie Redmond. She's upstairs in the front row. Well, somewhere in the top, not the top of the arena, but she's up top with CM Puke. You know, Phil. So, Phil does his stupid catchphrase. Then he's asked about the various ways to get into the main event of WrestleMania. We hear about the stacked Royal Rumble field. So, he's like, why is this one any different from any Rumbles in the past? He says it's because of history, like the history he made when he won the first main event of Raw on Netflix by beating Seth freaking Rollins. And he's like, I'm going to make the same kind of history in 2 weeks, which is when the lights and pressure are on the most. That's when I'm at my best. And he's like, you can't see me, John Cena. I'm going to throw you out. And he talks about Roman needing his help with his family issues at War Games. Actually, Phil, Roman never needed your help. He still doesn't need your help. He just helped his boy, the wise man, with your little favor. So basically, you know, Punk's like, I don't even care about Roman. Talks about Sammy, Drew McIntyre, and he's like, if Hulk Hogan was in the Rumble, I would throw his wrinkly old ass out and end Hulkamania. And Jackie Redmond was like, that was unscripted, by the way. That was a shoot about Hogan. Brother! So we get that. And he says, at the Royal Rumble, I'll be settling debts, calling in a favor if I need to. Paul? And that's basically it. So, it was a pretty good promo. The Hogan line scared. It was like, what? Shocked everybody, including Jackie Redmond. But it was a good line. He's like, alright, Hogan, if you're in this Rumble, I'm gonna kick your ass, you old wrinkly fart. I'm gonna end WrestleMania. I think he said, I'm gonna end Hulkamania. That's that. So we move on with that. But good segment from Phil, 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then what I thought was supposed to be a 3-on-2 handicap match, but it turned into a regular tag team match. We got Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark taking on Dakota Kai and my girl, Io Sky. My third amazingly hot Asian wife. Wasn't anything to write home about. 6.5 minute match. Io comes in over a hot tag, pick up the pace. We get a top rope drop kick hits Zoe. Then Io hits the bullet train attack for a near fall. And then Sonya Deville distracts everybody, which slows down the pace. And then Zoe plants Io. Shayna hits a running knee for a near fall, as Dakota Kai had to make the save. Io then knocks Shayna Baszler down and hits over the moonsault. 1, 2, 3, yay! Io gets the win. You gotta love it. That's the best part of the show. So, Io gets the win over the poorly fried chicken girls. And that's it. I thought we were going to see maybe Asuka or Kairi return. I guess we're going to have to wait for that. Probably at the Royal Rumble. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so decent match. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get a Saturday Night's Main Event rundown before the hype video for Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. This is a rematch from last year's WrestleMania when Seth had the belt and Drew won the belt and then pretty much lost it in about a minute or two to Poppy Priest, thanks to Punk. So we get that. So this was a pretty good main event. Good match that it was. 17-minute exactly match. Back and forth they went. Seth goes to the pedigree. Didn't work. Drew powers out. Hits a big-time Lariato. And then Drew goes up top. Dives into a crossface on the bad arm that was being worked on during the match. And then he gets the rope break. And then Seth starts yelling and screaming out loud. It's like, "You son of a bitch!" Then he gets caught in a future shock DDT for his troubles, for a very near fall. Drew hits a clothesline, a really kind of mediocre clothesline, tries for a second one, and then somehow Seth ducked it, rolled him up, 1, 2, 3. Not the greatest way to win, but Seth gets the win in exactly 17 minutes. Match was decent, 3 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Drew attacks Seth, but then Sami Zayn comes out for the save. Drew hits the Glasgow Kiss headbutt on Sami, knocking him down. Goes back to work on Seth Rollins in the corner. When then Sami gets back up, loads up the hell of a kick, and oops! It's Seth Rollins right in the face with it. And then Drew gets out the ring, he leaves, he's backing up like, "Hey, look what I did." And then Rollins is like, "You son of a bitch." So basically, he stares at Sami, yelling and screaming at him. Sami's like, "I didn't mean to do it, it was an accident! You know, I never hit you like that." So it looks like Seth Rollins is going back to the dark side. Or so we think, we don't know yet, but... So we'll see what happens with Sami and Seth this Monday night on Raw. And, that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gave, Raw was a pretty good show. So, I gave Raw a pretty solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section, and we'll talk about that, talk about Raw, we'll talk about anything else you want in the comments section, or anything else in the world of professional wrestling, or sports, or whatever you want. Just be respectful, because if not, you're going to get blocked, and you're going to be sent to the Shadow Realm, where Satan will, like I said, eat your soul. And it won't be good for you. So that's that. Alright guys, I am out of here. I'm going to take a little nappy nap before we get to SmackDown. And I'll be back later tonight, right here on the channel, with your SmackDown review. Your 3-hour cure for insomnia. With your SmackDown review. And that's pretty much it. We'll talk about live TNA tomorrow, along with predictions for Saturday Night's Main Event. And we'll do your Saturday Night's Main Event probably late Saturday night. So, we'll see what happens with that. And then Sunday, we'll do Collision and anything else that comes over the weekend. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Robert Saley is back as a San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator. That makes me very happy. And all us 49ers faithful happy. The Guru is back. Check out the video on my Peter Joseph channel regarding that. And my AEW reviews, for Dynamite. Check that out. And check out my NXT review, also on my channel. So lots of content, as always, on my respective channels. So please hit the bell so you don't miss any more content. And if you want to watch my past content, go do that. And leave a comment if you wish, and tell your friends. And that's it. Alright everybody, thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with all that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And that's it. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys later for SmackDown. So enjoy your night, everybody, and until next time, peace.